I live on a farm, I'm pretty much self-sufficient. To make money, I do cooking for people. I sell a bit of pork, I sell a bit of goat. The pigs are deep in these woods. They're half wild boar, this breed, which is much slower growing, much stronger. They've never seen a vet, never had antibiotics. The longer you keep it, the better it tastes. All the flavors of the acorns, the beetroots, the potatoes, the beer mash is stored in the fat. Just you wait till you see what a chop looks like, the color. People don't believe me when I say it's pork. You know, it's marbled like Wagyu beef, and that's the time, that's the aging, it's the complexity that's in the animal that then is on your plate. I had 4 sisters. The first 2 went about a year ago now. It does feel awful. You know, there's this relationship and this trust, and breaking that is, you know, it's a betrayal. But I'd much rather go through that each time I eat meat and know that what's on my plate has had this life. It just makes me so sad, the thought of those poor ones in the factory farms. They're in these concrete pens with no stimulation whatsoever. You know, they end up eating each other's tails and ears in boredom. In a factory farm, they're having to feed pigs antibiotics because the conditions are so bad. You know, they would die if they weren't fed antibiotics. Antibiotics that, you know, potentially going to save human lives in the future are being fed to pigs, which is causing resistance. You know, it's an absolute ticking time bomb. The minute we can reconnect the kind of modern consumer back with where their food comes from, the minute we start kind of saving the planet. These are coriander seeds. When they're young and green, they taste incredible. It's sort of almost like an orange, very zesty, citrusy. So we're just going to get a little bit of basil as well. It's been a bit overrun by the nasturtium this year, but it's under here. Good thing about fat is it's where all the flavor is. Fat is a kind of winter store where the acorns are stored in the fat, so you can taste those flavors. Supermarket pork would be white and dry. You know, there'd be none of this kind of juiciness. There's none of the pink. I turn my nose up at factory farm pork. You know, I don't go near the stuff.